Hey Pisces, I'm tuning in for a reading today. I went ahead and pre-shuffled and connected to spirit on the message coming in today. And Pisces, wow, okay, I don't know what you're going through right now, or for who this reading is. If it resonates, you're gonna know who you are. But the Nine of Wands coming in as your general energy, Pisces, this is a major power card. This is a card of you're almost there. One last push and you're there. The 9 represents a conclusion, 10 represents a completion. So you're very close to a successful outcome here. You're very close to a milestone, a celebration, a completion of something. And the 9 of Wands calls in your inner warrior. It calls in your inner warrior spirit to pull through, to hold strong, because you're almost there. 9 of Wands, Pisces, do not give up. There's something here that you're about to attain. There's something here that you're about to accomplish. And you may have thought that it wasn't going to happen, because the 9 of Wands talks about the wounded warrior going through battle after battle after battle, having to hold strong. And for some of you, you've been doing this, all on your own. And so 9 of Wands is that card of letting you know, hey Pisces, push through, you're almost there, do not give up. You may not have the vision, you may not see too far ahead, but the divine can see. Okay, the divine can see, and you're almost there, Pisces. Keep pushing through. 9 of Swords, 8 of Swords in the reverse, in the 5 of Pentacles. What you're coming from, Pisces, is a very difficult energy to move through. But what you're coming into, Pisces, is so worth it. Okay, that's all I want to say. It's so worth it. It doesn't justify the pain that you've gone through. It doesn't justify the hardships that you had to encounter in your life. But the Queen of Pentacles coming in, it's going to be worth it. Whatever you went through, Pisces, to get to this point where you're almost about to cross that finish line, it's going to be worth it. Okay, nothing is in vain. And a double confirmation coming in from the death and rebirth is this is the death of a cycle in your life. This is the death of the hardship. This is the death of the 9 of Swords, the 8 of Swords, and the 5 of Pentacles. Any kind of lack, scarcity, feeling left behind, feeling like you're outside in the cold, feeling like you're trapped, like nothing you do is going to change the situation, as the 8 of Swords. 9 of Swords talks about anxiety, sleepless nights, stress, PTSD. These are very difficult energies to navigate through, and a lot of times it's in the mind space. It's something that you're going through mentally. And what I'm seeing here with the death and rebirth is this cycle is over. You're one step away from hitting the 10, and 10 marks the completion. 10 marks the ending of this cycle in your life. And so death and rebirth is a transformation. You are undergoing a transformation. The person that you've been this far is not who you're going to be. Okay, like you're becoming someone else. Like you're not the person you used to be. You're not yet who you want to be, but you're in that process of transformation. And part of transformation is something needs to be released, something needs to be surrendered, let go of, for the rebirth to come in. So it's like making space. Pisces, wow, okay. I was going to say, as I was pulling the cards, I didn't like the first card that came out, and then I seen the last two, but now I'm understanding why. Okay, because the 9 of Wands is someone who has to face their fears head on. Someone who has to call in that inner warrior spirits. Is someone who's been in survival mode for far too long. And it's like, when does your life begin? When do you begin to thrive? And death and rebirth is saying here, Pisces. For some of you, March is coming up in April, okay? Death and rebirth is card number 13. 1 plus 3 is 4. For some of you in April, there's going to be a very big shift in your energy. But for a lot of you, you're already seeing the shift. You're already feeling the changes. And by April, it's going to be undeniable, okay? Like you're going to see exactly why things had to happen a certain way. Because the Knight of Pentacles says that you've been on a very long journey. You've been planting the seeds, and you're about to harvest. Queen of Pentacles. There's nothing to justify the pain, Pisces, or what you've been put through. What I do know is that these cards talk about a very difficult energy to be in. And then sometimes it could just feel like you're stuck there, like it's a stalemate, like nothing you do can change the situation, nothing you do is working. This is why the 8 of Swords is like this card of, as you can see here in the upright, it's like she feels tied. She feels like she's blindfolded. No matter how much she moves, how much she tries, she feels like she's trapped. Okay? And even though her outside reality, she's not actually tied or bound, this is how she feels. Okay? And I just saw 444 on the clock here. So for a lot of you Pisces, like you've been feeling trapped. Like nothing you do is going to change the situation. Nothing you do is going to go a long way. And it just feels like being helpless or hopeless to the situation. And this is why the Eight of Swords is in the reverse, because it's saying, Pisces, that's not the reality. Maybe the things that you have tried so far have not worked the way that you thought it was going to, but you're almost there. You're about to cross this finish line, 9-9 coming in, conclusions, and you're one step away from the completion, which is number 10, the ending. So Pisces, again, your pain, what you've been through, the lessons have not been in vain. With the Queen of Pentacles coming in, you're going to have a very abundant harvest, okay? And this harvest is going to make up for the things that you felt like you lost, or the things that you felt like you missed out on. Because the Eight of Swords can talk about feeling like hopeless or helpless, like nothing you do is going to change the situation. And all of a sudden, Page of Wands comes in, you're starting to take action. You're starting to feel like you're in power, in control of your life, rather than underneath it all. And that comes with this death and rebirth. So Spirit is saying, Pisces, hold on, do not give up. One step closer to the finish line, one more push, okay? One step closer to the 10, okay? And you're almost there. You're almost to that success. So 9 of Wands coming in, Pisces. I do want to touch base on this energy. I don't know for who this reading is for, Pisces, but it feels like I have to get this message out. Okay, like some of you need to hear this right now if you've been thinking about giving up, or if you're thinking it's just not going to work out. 9 of Wands, you're very close to that breakthrough. You're very close to the completion. So 9 of Wands, determination, resilience, defiance, a last defense, the final push, excitement for what's to come, finding motivation in the face of difficulties. Don't give up now. You're almost there. As you round the corner towards success, something may surface that threatens your feelings of security and achievement. It is important to remember how far you've come. Don't see this minor deceleration as a symbol of failure. Step into your resilient last stand. One final push to complete this task. In tomorrow's stunning light, you can rest. In shadow, this card suggests that you're making things harder than necessary, or being overly defensive. You may even be inadvertently choosing the more difficult path because you believe on some level that healing and ascension should be difficult. Sometimes we become so enamored with our stories of rising up that our own shadows become romantic notions that we seek to defend. Let go of any ideas you have about navigating specific lessons on the path. Your time to relax into security and success is on the horizon. I push beyond my own perceived limitations, and I remain open and trusting as I do. So Pisces, again, I don't know for who this reading is for, but if this is your reading, you're going to know who you are. Again, these readings are timeless. Whenever they resonate is when it's most aligned. If you would like to book a personal reading, the information is in the description box below. And as far as this energy of the 9 of Wands goes, Pisces, is telling you, hey, you're not that far from the finish line. You're not that far from the success. If you've been going through all the no's, you're much closer to the yes. And the 9 of Swords just talks about being overwhelmed, like feeling confused, overwhelmed, like not being able to have a clear mental space to strategize, to understand why certain things are happening. The 9 of Swords is a lack of clarity. It's a lack of peace. So don't think that it's always going to be this way. You're one step closer to the breakthrough. And Page of Wands, Pisces, is a fire energy. Things are going to start to move very rapidly in your life when you encountered so many delays. Okay, the Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving energy in the entire tarot deck. Out of 78 cards, it's a very slow moving knight, but slow and steady wins the race. He always gets to his outcome. He always gets the results. He always gets to the finish line. And so for you, Pisces, you're going from this Knight of Pentacles energy to this Page of Wands energy. Everything was very slow, very stagnant, a lot of delays, very small progress, like not really seeing much. If you think about planting a seed and watching it grow, it's very slow progress. Like you see that it's moving forward, but it's happening in a very slow, at a slow pace. And so Page of Wands is all about action. It's all about getting the ball rolling. And so you're going from this Knight of Pentacles to this Page of Wands. This is going to be a very big shift in your life, Pisces. Whereas this can talk about very passive, stagnant energy. This is very quick, very, what's the opposite word of passive? I don't want to use the word aggressive, but it's someone who initiates, it's someone who takes action, it's someone who I want to say the word like extroverted or outgoing, but it's someone who's just kind of like quick on their feet, very sharp, very motivated, very driven. They're very goal-oriented. They're also driven by their creativity, by their passions. The Page of Wands is someone who, if they have an idea, they're going to take action. They're going to do something to anchor that idea in, rather than just thinking about it. Knight of Pentacles energy, it feels almost, Pisces, like you've been held in this cycle. okay, for far too long. It's like you learned the lesson, you passed the test. Like there's no need for you to be in this place anymore. And the Nine of Swords is, yeah, it's like a lack of peace, a lack of clarity. Yeah, being like ruminating, you know, being overwhelmed, not being able to find the answers. Something that should be so simple just feels so difficult. And yeah, I can also talk about anxiety, stress, depression. The Eight of Swords, losing hope. Like losing hope, losing faith that things could work out. Five of Pentacles, feeling like, yeah, like you're far away from where it is that you want to be. Okay, it's like you perceive this very big distance between you and your goals. And so that's what I'm seeing. And it's a switch that happens overnight. Nine of Wands, Spirit is saying one more push and then you're there. Queen of Pentacles, you get to harvest what you planted. Holy Spirit, please clarify. What is this Five of Pentacles for Pisces? What is this Five of Pentacles for Pisces? Why is this Five of Pentacles here? Okay, we got the King of Cups. We got the Five of Swords in the reverse. We got the Emperor in the upright. The Queen of Wands in the reverse. The Ten of Wands in the reverse. And the Six of Pentacles in the reverse. Okay, let's see here. So to clarify the Five of Pentacles, what I'm getting here, Pisces, is some of you were placed in the situation of feeling like you have no, like the doors have closed, okay? It's like all the doors have closed on you, like there's no way that you're gonna get to the other side. Is that feeling of feeling like, okay, like all is lost, like losing hope, losing faith, not believing, and feeling like the doors are closed, like the door to your dreams, the door to your goals. Feeling like you've lost access. And part of the lesson coming in from that Five of Pentacles, whoever feels like they have to face this head on, the reason why Spirit is saying is King of Cups. It was showing you to master your emotions. It was showing you to be a lot more in tune with your emotions, with your feelings, and how to control them and how to empower yourself by your emotions instead of letting them control you. About emotions like waves, they come and they go. If you're going to let those waves control you, it's gonna feel like a roller coaster all the time. It's gonna feel like ups and downs, and you know, it's gonna feel like these very high highs and these very low lows. And part of what Spirit is saying is you learn the lesson. Five of Pentacles, you learn the lesson. King of Cups, you learn to master your emotions. You learn to empower yourself from your emotions instead of letting them control you. Five of Swords, taking you out of this negative mental space. To take ownership. You learn to take accountability, Pisces, and it's like, wow, it's like a whole another level. It's like learning to master your emotions, learning to empower yourself from your emotions, learning to take accountability and control over the situation. Queen of Wands, gaining back that confidence, gaining back that self-esteem, gaining back that self-worth after a very long, treacherous journey. Pisces, we got the Nine of Wands and the Ten of Wands. It's the ending to this journey, death and rebirth coming in. If you've been going through that challenging cycle of your life, Pisces, this is your confirmation. Okay, it's official. Death and rebirth is here. Nine of Wands, conclusion. Ten of Wands, completion. Death and rebirth. That cycle is dead and gone. It's over. You passed the test. You learn how to master your emotions. You learn how to take accountability and take control. And now Six of Pentacles in the reverse. Whatever has been out of balance in your life is coming back into balance automatically, Pisces. Whatever hardship this was with the Five of Pentacles, it can talk about lack, scarcity, feeling like you don't have enough, feeling like you're not enough, feeling like you're constantly working towards something and the finish line just keeps getting pushed out. And so all of a sudden you come out victorious. King of Cups to the Emperor. You're showing up, Pisces, in a very strong masculine energy, whether you're male or female. It just talks about that protector side in you, that need to protect yourself, that need to fight for yourself and for your dreams and your goals. It's like that's being reawakened within you, whereas here you had lost hope. So I don't know what this was, Pisces, but it feels like a very challenging phase, especially with the Ten of Wands coming in. This is a very long journey. It's a very long cycle. Could be 10 years, could be 10 months, but it's a cycle of feeling the weight of the world on your shoulders. Being tired of being tired, just being exhausted, no matter how much you sleep, no matter how much you rest, feeling exhausted on a spiritual level, on a soul level. and finally like wanting things to transition into brighter days, into happier times. And finally, with the 10 being here, you cross through all the levels to reach the 10, and 10 is signifying, hey Pisces, this cycle is closing out, the journey is over. 8 of Swords to 9 of Swords, 9 of Wands to 10 of Wands, King of Cups to the Emperor. You've learned how to master your emotions. You learn how to empower yourself from your emotions, and they no longer lead your life. They no longer control you. And Pisces, I don't know if you realize how powerful this is, okay? A lot of people, you know, when everything's going good, like there's no problem, okay? But it's those times when things are not going good, when anything that could have gone wrong goes wrong, and that's when you see the true side, the true nature of people. And what it looks like, Pisces, is you didn't allow these hardships or these challenges to defeat you. It's like you allowed them to shape you and to mold you and to help you build your character. And you're going to see the payback, okay? That is going to pay off. And this is why one of the main messages that came in the beginning was Queen of Wands in the reverse to the Queen of Pentacles in the upright. Queen of Pentacles is saying it's going to be worth it. It's going to pay off. The seeds that you have planted are going to be harvested, okay? You're going to be able to harvest those seeds. And yeah, it's like the fruits of your labor are going to pay off. From scarcity to abundance, from lack to prosperity, from helplessness and hopelessness to taking action. Wow, Pisces, this is very, very powerful. I do want to go ahead and pull some more clarifiers. I want to know more about this Page of Wands. Page of Wands, again, is all about taking action. It's all about initiating something. It's all about, you know, getting the ball rolling, taking action, getting things to shift, to move. It's a card of excitement, of creativity, of passion. Holy Spirit, what do you want Pisces to know about the Page of Wands? Please clarify the Page of Wands for Pisces. Okay, we got the Devil in the reverse. We got the 8 of Pentacles in the reverse. Tell me more. And the Ace of Wands. Okay, Pisces, yes. I'm going to say this for some of you, Pisces. For some of you, there was a toxic working environment or a toxic work environment, because the 8 of Pentacles talks about your work, your craft, your area of expertise. The Devil in the reverse talks about toxicity. So for some of you, there was a very toxic work environment or a toxic connection that had to do with business or it had to do with money. If it's in regards to family or relationships, it's just toxicity in this environment, whether it was jealousy, whether it was addictions, whether it was negative energy. Yeah, the Devil in the reverse talks about toxicity. And what I'm seeing here, this was affecting your action, okay? Whether it was the environment or the people, it was affecting your ability to take action or your ability to believe in yourself, okay? And for some of you, it's the environment. For others of you, it's the people, is what I'm getting here. And now Ace of Wands, you get a brand new beginning. Ace of Wands coming in, clearing out the past energy. Page of Wands, you start to take action. Pisces, what I'm going to say here is you're going to notice things changing very fast. And it's not something to do, it's not like a miracle in a sense. You could call it a miracle. It's just the fact that it's clearing out all of this heaviness. This heavy energy is connected to your past. As this energy clears up, you start to see the fruits of your labor. You start to see your progress in very big shifts and moves. Whereas before it was so slow. It's like you were doing all the work, you were burning out, but the progress was so slow. Why? Because you were weighed down by the energies of the past. Okay, for some of you, again, whether it's the environment or the people, this toxicity was making the journey a lot heavier for you. It was not helping you move forward. It was not helping you see the progress that you wanted to see, and it was weighing you down and trying to keep you bound and tied. As you can see here, the Devil's extending his hand, and you see this ties to this person. So, wow, Pisces, this new beginning is not just a new beginning. You're going to notice how fast things start to change and to shift as you clear out this heaviness from the past. Death and Rebirth is here to let you know, hey, Pisces, this has not been working out, okay? Whether it's the people, the environments, the habits, the routines, that needs to stay in the past for you to start to move forward successfully. It's like trying to do two things at once, hitting the brake and the gas at the same time. Yeah, it's like hitting the brake and hitting the gas at the same time, Pisces. It's like, it's just gonna like short circuit. Like you're going to feel like you're doing the most and you're overworking and you're burning out and you're still not getting the progress that you want. You're still not getting the results that you wanted. And why? There's still connections to the past, the devil, toxicity. This can be bad habits. This can be negative, toxic people around you, negative environments, okay? And this was holding your progress back. 8 of Pentacles in the reverse. For some of you, it started to affect your work or your money, okay? Because the 8 of Pentacles in the upright is your craft, your work, your expertise, whether it's your business, your career. It's how you make money. It's your level of experience. It's your level of talent. When it comes to the way that you make your money and getting to work is the 8 of Pentacles energy. That's being weighed down and held back by the devil in the reverse. So you're going to see very big shifts and breakthroughs in your work, Pisces, in your business, in your career, that before, no matter how much you worked towards it, it felt like every step that you took forward to get closer to the finish line, it's like the finish line just kept getting pushed away, is what it felt like. So 9 of Wands, Pisces, do not give up, push through. This cycle of negativity, this cycle of a lack of progress or a lack of change, or, you know, feeling like you're burning out yet not seeing much happen. It's like running 1,000 miles on a treadmill and still not getting anywhere. So Page of Wands is coming in. Pisces, go for the thing that you want. Go for that goal. Take that action. Get the ball rolling so that you can start to shift out of this energy. Because for a minute, Pisces, you may have been held down, okay? The 8 of Swords talks about victim mindset. But you may have been a victim to the circumstances. You may have been a victim to the situation, to the environment, to the people around you, because the devil is talking about some kind of toxic energy, okay? And this left you feeling exhausted, tired, like you couldn't go on anymore, feeling burnt out, planting all the seeds, doing all the work, but not getting the rewards that you wanted. And then all of a sudden, Ace of Wands, Page of Wands to the Queen of Pentacles, everything changes, Pisces. How fast things start to change and shift for you. Holy Spirit, what do you want Pisces to know about the Ace of Wands with Pisces? Okay, we got the Fool in the upright, we got the Hermit in the upright, and the 10 of Pentacles in the reverse. Pisces, for some of you, the Ace of Wands is a brand new opportunity, whether it's a collaboration, starting a new job, starting a new career, opening up a new business, monetizing an idea or a hobby. The Ace of Wands talks about self-expression, passion, creativity, something that you're inspired. You know, it talks about being excited when you wake up in the morning. The Fool talks about this new energy of enthusiasm, of going on a new adventure, of excitement for what's to come, whereas the Hermit talks about you taking that time to yourself, maybe in a moment of solitude, going through that introspection to figure out what's working and what's not working out in your life, what needs to change, what your goals are. And what I'm seeing here is you're going about a situation in a different way. The 10 of Pentacles talks about wealth, money, prosperity, abundance. It's the most abundant card of the entire tarot deck, okay, out of 78 cards. So it does talk about money, it does talk about generational wealth, taxes, business, negotiations. That 10 of Pentacles showing up in the reverse is telling me that you're going to go about your work, your business, your career in a different way. There's a new strategy. There's a new idea coming, okay? You already did the analyzing. You realize what's not working, what's working out, what needs to change for you to get to your goals, okay? It's like, don't change the goal, change the plan. If the plan doesn't work, don't change the goal, change the plan, is what it feels like, Pisces. So it's like you're changing the plan and you're going about something that you want, 10 of Pentacles, in a different way. Ace of Wands, the Fool. There's a brand new opportunity coming into your life, Pisces, for you to monetize, for you to make more money in a way that is aligned with your passions, with your creativity, with your inspiration, with your self-expression. Ace of Wands is this energy of passion, is this energy of being excited to wake up in the morning. The Fool going on a brand new adventure, needing to take a leap of faith, needing to take a risk, okay? With great risk comes great reward, 10 of Pentacles. you're going to change the plan, but not the goal. It's like you want what you want. You already know what you want. You already know why you want it, but you're changing the plan and how it is that you achieve it, how it is that you attain it. Because in the past, the plan did not work out. Okay, there were certain things here that didn't work out. Maybe you had a certain idea of how you wanted to go about it. In some way, somehow, maybe you tried many different ways. And it just didn't work out, and you started to lose hope or faith that it could happen for you. You started to reconsider, okay, is this the right goal? Is this the right, like, should I want so much? Should I aim so high? Should my goals be bigger? You know, it's like you started to question or doubt yourself. But Spirit is saying, Pisces, you just need to change in the way that you're going about. It needs to change. You can still have the goal that you want, but the plan needs to change. And this is what I'm seeing here. There's a shift here that's going to help you attain what you want. You're going from scarcity and lack to abundance and prosperity, but you're doing it in a different way, okay? Things are changing here, Pisces. I'm going to have to pull a few more clarifiers. This is really interesting, Pisces, because all I see here is the 9 of Wands. Pull through, push beyond your limiting beliefs, push beyond your own self-sabotage, push beyond the limits, Pisces, because you're almost there. And Queen of Pentacles is telling you it's going to be worth it, okay? Holy Spirit, what do you want Pisces to know about the Fool? What do you want Pisces to know about the Fool? There's something here that you need to do, Pisces. There's a leap of faith or some risk that you may need to take, trying something new, going on a different path, okay? Ace of Wands, a brand new beginning. Your approach has to change, Pisces, because you can attain your goal, but the plan needs to change. 4 of Pentacles, release, Pisces. Don't hold on to the things that did not work out, okay? The 4 of Pentacles can talk about a stubborn kind of energy of holding on to something, maybe an idea, a habit, an old way of doing things, an old perspective that is not working out for you, that is not getting you to where you want to be. So something here needs to be released for you to take this leap of faith, for you to take this risk. Tell me more about the Fool for Pisces. 8 of Wands in the reverse. Okay, yes, Pisces. The 8 of Wands in the reverse talks about hesitation, doubting. It's like wanting to move forward, but then just doubting your decision, not knowing if you should. Okay, 8 of Wands in the reverse can also talk about stuck energy, instability, delays, unfocused energy, and the lack of direction, burnout, or a tendency to hesitate. If you're fluctuating between having a tendency to hesitate and running so fast that you're burning out, it's time to bring some balanced momentum into your propulsion. Consistent movement that feels right in your heart is the best place to start. It's go time. I fall into the flow of this quickening energy and I swiftly face my desires head on. Speed, velocity, travel, making split-second decisions, an upcoming positive resolution, haste, and good news. Action. You know those moments in life that feel like a sprint? This type of speedy energy is at play. It's inspirational, it's fiery, it's positive, and it's now. If you have a gut feeling that needs to be acted upon, listen to it. With all this movement, avoid being swept along by an unpredictable tide by having clarity about your desires and your direction. Harness this beautiful window of swift opportunity. Pisces, okay, so what I'm getting here is some of you were doubting your goals, or you were doubting what it is that you wanted for yourself, because in the past, certain things, certain plans or strategies that you set in motion did not work the way that you thought they were going to work. So 9 of Wands, Spirit is saying, try one more time, push through, Pisces, do not give up, and change the plan, don't change the goal, because as you change your approach, you get a different outcome, you get a different result. And it's time, Pisces, to take that leap of faith, to take that risk, to let go of something that's no longer working out for you, and to not hesitate, Pisces, because the Ace of Wands coming in is a new offer, is a new opportunity that comes in. You may not be expecting this opportunity. So it's saying, be ready, okay? Luck happens when opportunity meets preparation. That may be for some of you. It's like there's a need to not hesitate. There's a need to not sleep on it, not wait on it. There's a need to take an action. Holy Spirit, why is the 10 of Pentacles in the reverse for Pisces? Why is the 10 of Pentacles in the reverse for Pisces? Tell me more about this energy coming in. 4 of Swords in the reverse. So we have 4 of Pentacles and 4 of Swords, both in the reverse. 10 of Wands, again, in the reverse. Ooh, Pisces. The Star in the upright. Okay, I understand what's going on here. And we have the 10 of Swords at the bottom of the deck. So Pisces, Some of you have some healing to do around abundance, around prosperity, around money, around resources, okay? Because the Ten of Pentacles is the wealthiest card in the entire tarot deck. Four of Swords in the reverse, some healing that needs to happen about Ten of Wands. Some of you Pisces may have limiting beliefs around abundance or prosperity, or limiting beliefs around money, or may fall into self-sabotage when it comes to money and opportunities, okay? Maybe not believing in yourself, maybe remembering the past, and that needs to be healed because the star coming in, you do have a wish being granted. There is a miracle coming in. So Four of Swords in the reverse to the Ten of Wands. Pisces, some of you need to do some healing work around money, around resources, around abundance and prosperity. Some of you may have some limiting beliefs. Some of you may have some self-sabotaging behaviors when it comes to abundance, when it comes to prosperity, that needs to be healed, that's connected to your past. Okay, so maybe past generations, things that you lived growing up. The Five of Pentacles talks about lack, scarcity, that energy of feeling like it's not available, or it's not, you know, accessible, or that door is locked, you know. There's some healing that needs to happen because the star coming in, there is a wish being granted, there is a miracle coming in when it comes to this goal, when it comes to this dream. So do not give up on yourself, do not give up on this goal or this dream. It's going to take some risk, it's going to take a leap of faith, and it's going to take a new beginning and a new plan, a new approach, a different strategy, but you still can attain the same goal, Pisces. So the star coming in, and this is a major arcana, Aquarius energy. It happens in Aquarius season, Pisces. Expectations fulfilled, wishes granted, opportunities, healing after traumatic events. Exactly. Eight of Swords, Nine of Swords, Five of Pentacles to the Devil. Pisces, you've been through it, okay? For some of you, there's some hardships, some challenges, some traumatic events that you've lived through, and that cycle is over with the death and rebirth. Okay, so there's a need to release those traumatic events, knowing that you're on the right path, inspiration, and renewed hope. If you had lost hope or faith with the Eight of Swords in the reverse, with the star coming in, I expect miracles, your hope is renewed. Sink into the dreamlike inspiration of the star. She sends a message of divine timing and renewed hope, and she guides you to reach for that string of serendipity and faith. It's increasingly bright, and you are blessed by the universe. Your core purpose is beginning to bubble to the surface of your reality, and your path is intrinsically tied with your biggest mission, with your biggest missions and brightest opportunities for expansion. Step onto the path of fulfillment and happiness with starlight to guide you. Allow your innate essence to shine through any residual darkness right now. Uncover any limiting beliefs or self-doubts that you are holding on to. Find the courage to voice any unexpressed emotions and release every bit of outgrown energy that is anchoring you to the past. It is time to release and ascend. As you let go, you will focus on the future, and you will find your biggest source of inspiration and love. The stars are aligning in your favor, and it's time to trust them. I expect miracles. So Pisces, wow, miracles are being granted. Okay, your wishes are coming true in this season of Aquarius. Queen of Pentacles coming in. Your efforts, okay, what you've been through is going to be worth it. It's all going to be worth it in the end, Queen of Pentacles. And you're so close to reaching that success. You're so close to crossing the finish line. Nine of Wands, do not give up, persevere. You're almost there. I'm going to go ahead and pull some angels of abundance, Pisces. God is your source. Face your financial fears. And I think we have one more card here that's stuck on this one. Oh wow, I hope I don't rip these cards. Okay, so face your financial fears. Ask for your needs to be met. God and the angels can come to your aid only if you make a free will choice to be helped. And it begins with clearly asking other people to assist you. Pisces, so right now is the time to ask for help. Okay, if you need to pray about it, if you need to meditate, okay, if you need to reach out to some people or your angels or your higher self or God, the universe, right now is time to ask for your needs to be met. Right now is time to ask for help, and face your financial fears. When you're honest with yourself about fears of success or failure, they can no longer control you. Be free of hidden fears by exposing them to the light of awareness, and you'll realize that you in fact have nothing to fear, and that every successful person has struggled with this, and released these self-doubts. God is your source. Everything you need is supplied by the infinite source of God. and your faith opens the doorway to receive. In God, there is no lack or limitation. Rather, there's plenty of abundance for all to share. Pisces, this is beautiful. This is your moment, Pisces. This is your time to deal with any self-doubts, to deal with any lack or scarcity, to deal with any limiting beliefs or self-sabotage around resources, money, finances, abundance, or prosperity. Because right now, with the Page of Wands, as you take this leap of faith, as you step into this brand new beginning, Pisces, things are going to start to shift very, very quickly because you allowed the old cycle to die out and you're allowing the rebirth to come in. But as you do so, Pisces, just know that God will provide a way, okay? If you lost hope or faith or belief, God is your source, okay? The star coming in, there is a miracle, there is a wish being granted in Aquarius season, so be prepared, Pisces. Luck happens when preparation meets opportunity, and the opportunity is coming in with the Ace of Wands. So be ready, Pisces. God is your source. Face your financial fears and ask for your needs to be met, okay? A closed mouth does not get fed, Pisces. So take your shot, okay? Take your shot. Take every opportunity. Do not allow self-sabotaging behaviors or limiting beliefs to hold you back. Pisces, these readings are timeless. Whenever they resonate for you, it's when it's most aligned. If you would like to book a personal reading, the information is in the description box below. Blessings. Take care.